You know, I think the biggest challenge we face this year are the high expectations we place on the new decade. Humans are such simple creatures that we look at a number at the end of a bigger number change and decide that it will be a major impact on our lives. And in a way, it did, but probably not what we were expecting. I think the past 2 years are an example of how much humanity can and will endure apart from, history. The horrific things that the universe is capable of spitting out and forcing people and creatures to adapt, change, and persevere. Expectations are the thief of joy. As a collective, people put so much hype on the year 2020 and the new decade that we were embracing and entering into, only to be let down and disappointed because this world, this universe, is an imperfect abstract of nothingness, which is a pretty pessimistic way to look at things, now that I say it out loud. For the past year, I've been wanting to go out and make the things I love to create, showcase the art that the world is full of, take photos with my friends, and make videos that inspire. So Vipop, why haven't you been creating as much as you do? Well, I'm glad you asked, hypothetical viewer. As I briefly said in my closing 2021 video, or my entry to the 2022, you know what? The series has been in the need of a soft reboot. So let's do that. So Nathan, Mr. Louch.
I'm Samantha.
How have the past 2 years affected you creatively?
Well, creatively, I've pretty much had the best time of my life because I finished TAFE in 2020, and since then, that's basically when I've started my career and all of my endeavours in photography. So, I mean, for me, it's been fantastic. It's been the best 2 years of my life so far. So, I wouldn't say that COVID's had too much of an effect, just because that's all I know.
Generally, I've just been trying to set myself up, working hard, looking to the future rather than the now, if that makes sense. Looking at building a house soon, everything like that. But COVID, obviously prices have gone up for houses, for cars, everything like that. Obviously affected everything. Nobody can really escape COVID, and what it does to society and everything like that. But yeah, my work hasn't been too affected, thankfully. I've even been on lockdowns, still been at work or on call, going to breakdowns. So I haven't had to isolate and that such, but yeah.
Probably hadn't affected me that much because I think around that time was kind of when I wanted to sort of take photography seriously as a business, but I kind of took those 2 years to just try and figure things out, because in the past I had done a lot of different sort of photography areas. Like I'd done sports, did portraits, product, you got land. It's pretty much just multiple different things, but it's kind of what I wanted to really focus on, and then I landed on commercial. So I think I kind of just used those 2 years to just kind of, sit and think about what I want to do and how, what I want to do in the future, etc. So.
Well, I was pretty fortunate actually. So I worked in retail at the time. So I was classed as an essential worker. So I was able to keep work going through COVID. But yeah, I guess it was hard because you see people come through and they're, hearing their stories, and it was really hard to just sit back and listen to all that. But yeah, I was very fortunate.
The past 2 years have been some of the most emotionally and physically draining years of our lives. Between finding my way in this world and what my quote-unquote purpose is, something I'm sure that many of us have been doing and struggling with the new normal that seems to have hit us. Finding work as a photographer and filmmaker in a world that seems to be needing the industry less and less every year as each decade goes by. It's not just the photography industry that has been hit, of course, but COVID aside, smartphones have really started to eat into this market that I operate in. Every event I photograph, every wedding I shoot, there are people with iPhones trying to film the same angles, take the same photo, and overall get in the way of you being able to do the job that you're being paid to do as an acting professional in the field that you've dedicated your time and efforts to. But then there still is the fucking virus. Something that brought together yet simultaneously divided the human race amongst each other, effectively affecting everyone. I'm not here to tell you what's right and wrong, and to be frank, I don't know what is right and wrong anymore. I just know that I want to create more than art every single day, and that you should follow your passion every single day until the day you die. I regret not creating as much for myself in the year that was 2021, and I'm hoping that 2022 won't be like 2022. No, not hoping. I won't let it be a rehash of the same movie we've seen before. This year we'll take it back and do what we want to do, create what we want to create, be who we were meant to be. The world may be changing more and more every day. Part of it is adapting, but the other part is standing strong, standing for what we believe in and fighting for what we love. So I bookend this video with a question. Will you sit and wait for the world to present the opportunity you've been so desperately waiting for? Or will you go out and make your own mark on your own terms, become who you want to be, love those who help build you up, and more importantly, will you make your stand today or just wait for tomorrow? I think that's it. I have no idea, man. I'm just... I think that's it. I think we're done. That's good. 12 minutes, Vipop. Good job. Thank you.